Welcome back to the farmstead. My name's Teresa. My grandkids call me Nana. And today, I am so excited. I have been looking forward to this project ever since my tomatillo seeds that I planted were wee little sprouts. And this is what they produced. I had 6 or 7 plants that I put out in the garden, and we harvested for quite a while. And I am just ecstatic. I have never grown tomatillos before. I wanted to make salsa verde out of my own tomatillos, and here we are. So this is a recipe that I found online. I'll link it below if I can find it. I printed it a couple years ago, or several years ago now. I've made it once. We loved it, and now we're going to make it again. So first thing we need to do is roast all of the things we're going to put in. We're going to put in tomatillos. I have some poblano peppers, some jalapenos, onions, and garlic. And we need to get all that roasted. I've got my oven preheated at 425, and it's going to take a little while to get it all done. I'm going to have to do 2 batches, one for the tomatillos and one for the other stuff, but we'll get them going. I have 2 baking sheets that I have lined with foil, and I've also sprayed them with cooking spray to try to keep things from sticking. So I'm just going to spread these out between the 2, and then I'm going to poke a hole in each one to try to keep them from exploding in the oven, because that'd be a mess. That'd be a whole nother video. Now these were frozen. As I picked them, I froze them in batches. I just washed them real good and put them in plastic bags and stuck them in the freezer. So when they come out, they're a little mushier than if they were fresh, but we're going to cook them down anyway, and they'll be just fine. And I feel like things like this, like tomatillos and tomatoes, that you do put in the freezer, once they come out, then the juice seems to me like it renders more juice out once they've been frozen. And that's what we want in this case. Just like when I'm cooking down tomatoes. If I can, when I'm cooking tomatoes, I will freeze them, and then it seems like the juice is more readily released. So when I want a thicker sauce, like salsa verde or tomato sauce, then I don't have as long a cooking time. There's a little stem. I missed that one when I was putting them up. Now once we get all these things roasted, we are going to chop them in the food processor, combine them in a big pot. There's another stem I missed. We're going to bring them up to a boil and get them hot. And then we're going to water bath can them. This is a water bath canning project. We're going to be adding lemon juice, so we'll have the acidity that we need for water bath canning. All right. Wash my hands. All right. I think I got most of them. Some of them were already spraying at me. So I might not have got them all, but maybe I've got enough that we won't have fountains in the oven. All right, off to the oven until they are roasted. I don't know how long that's going to be, but we'll figure it out. All right, all these are ready to go in the oven. Just gotta wait their turn. And while these are waiting, we're gonna take our poblanos and go to the stove, and I'll show you how we get those peeled. I have 3 poblano peppers that we're gonna be using, and I want to peel these. So the easy way to get the peel off these is to char the outside, let them steam in a bag, and then it peels right off. So we're just going to do this over the stove. You can do this outside on the grill. Works great too. But today I'm doing it inside over my gas burner. So I'm going to turn it on about medium. So I'm going to take my tongs. I'm going to grab my pepper on the stem end, and I'm just going to hold it over the flame. And it'll start to bubble in a minute. I have to turn my heat up. Turn our heat up a little bit and see what happens. It'll take a minute. Put them side by side, right on my grates here. Can you hear it crackling? Alright, so we've got this one pretty well charred. And it may not all come off, but a whole bunch of it will. We're gonna grind it up into small pieces anyway. Alright, so there's that one. We're gonna put that in our bag. Put the end down there to brown up a bit. You can see right there how it's blistering the skin, and that's what we want. This in the bag, and we're going to close it up and let those start steaming while we do the last one. going to let these steam for about 20 minutes, and then we'll come peel them. So the onions and the jalapenos have some nice color on them, and they're nice and soft. We're going to chop those in the food processor. The garlic was not as done as I would like for it to be, so we've left it in there, and we're going to use that for something else, and we'll use a jar of garlic for this. It'll be fine. Alright, so we're going to get some oregano here. I've got the poblanos in there. I'm going to chop these up. Now I've left the little insert thing that goes in here off, because if you don't, it'd be a mess with hot things. So. not have to be pulverized. I just want it chopped up. I don't mind having a little bit of specks in mine so that I can see what all's in there. I don't want any big pieces in there, and I'll pick those out if I find any. Fine, but it's not mush. Stick this out of our way. That's hot. It's not a hot pad. There we go. So now that we've got all our goodies in here, we need to spice it up. Now, since the garlic didn't work out, we're going to use some jar garlic, and this happens to be a brand new jar. Alright, so we're going to use, we got a big spoon here. A little juice off of it. A big spoon. And some juice. Then we're going to need garlic. We need lemon juice. We are water bath canning these. And so since we're water bath canning, we need to make sure that we have a good acidity to it. Now this is jarred, bottled juice. I'm going to add 1.5 cups. And I'm going to be canning these in 1/2 pints. This will also give it some great flavor. Alright, so there's our juice. We need cilantro. We need 3 tablespoons cilantro. This is dried cilantro. You can use fresh if you have it. 3 tablespoons. 1.5 tablespoons of cumin. Cumin's that wonderful spice that gives Mexican food its great flavor. Salt. 1.5 tablespoons of canning salt. Two tablespoons. Got it? Alright, now we're going to stir all this up. Then we're going to taste it. Oh, great flavor. Tangy. Taste the cumin, the cilantro. Oh, just love this. Now, since we're water bath canning, we're going to do it hot. I've already got my 1/2 pint jars in my canner getting hot. We're going to get this back on the stove and bring it up to a boil and cook it for about 5 minutes just to kind of get those flavors all mixed together. And then we'll jar it up and put it in the canner. Our pot's been on the stove for about 5 minutes, maybe a little longer, however long it took me to load the dishwasher. So, at least 5 minutes. It's nice and hot. It's bubbling. It just smells amazing. All right, so now we're gonna get the jars and we're gonna get it jarred up. I think we're going to have 2 batches. And enough for a pretty good batch. Another batch. And there we have it. We ended up with 20 half pints of salsa verde with tomatillos straight from my garden. I am So excited and actually pretty proud. For never have grown tomatillos before. This was a great crop for me. So I am excited about all the different ways we can use these. One day soon I'll show you how I make my chicken enchiladas with salsa verde. That's some good stuff now. In the meantime, we're going to enjoy this with some chips with dinner tonight. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.